Hello, welcome to my Technology in the Classroom workshop. My name is Pamela Smith, and I will be going over practicing basic math facts and with the use of extramath.org. Let's talk a little bit about practice first. As educators, we require practicing from our students. Why? Because we want them to reach the level of proficiency. Now, practice can be assigned in a number of ways. We can use worksheets, we can use group projects, and we also can assign individual homework assignments for practice. Practicing is effective when it covers more than one skill and when the practice takes place over time, according to Pitler, Hubble, and Kuhn. And this is true, especially with homework assignments. Homework assignments may be completed hours or even days after the new information is given, and this assessment of this practice shows teachers whether the students have reached a level of proficiency or if they still struggle in their understanding. When practice can vary in forms, the student's interest can be piqued. This is true because paper and pencil have been used for many years for practice. But with the rollout of technology, where we have computers, laptops, mobile devices, we literally have so many resources at our fingertips to incorporate different ways of practice. And honestly, after the price of the device is covered, the software for this practice can be very inexpensive and does not necessarily break the bank. There are quite a few of free resources or inexpensive resources such as apps that can allow our students to practice in unique and different ways. The website I would like to cover today for practicing math facts is extramath.org. I think this is an excellent resource for especially elementary students to use and for teachers to just keep on hand, whether they are elementary or they have junior high students who are struggling in basic math facts. This website isn't fancy and flashy, but it allows the students to practice what they need to when it comes to simple addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division math facts. If they're able to practice these at school or at home, they'll be able to have a firm foundation to go forward in their math program when they have more complicated equations coming up. The fluency of these math facts is incredibly important for the students to go forward and have a successful time in future math courses. When you sign into extramath.org to create a new account, it's very simple. You simply just sign in with Google or Facebook, or you can use the username and password, and then you would go through and add your classroom's names, your students, to create their own personal account. Since I'm not currently teaching, I just added my own personal children's names. You see Malia's name there, and then extramath will assign her a PIN number so that she can access her own account and see her own progress. After you've created an account and you've added your students, you get a checklist from extramath to complete. You print parent flyers so that the parents can be involved in their children's learning, and then you also can print your student PIN numbers so that you have a record of them. Another opportunity when you're printing these is that they are able to be printed on address labels, so you can just easily stick those on to an assignment notebook or to a place where your student can access them. They are private PIN numbers and they shouldn't be shared, but the student will be able to have access to his PIN number until he has it memorized, which probably won't take very long. Another great resource extramath.org offers are videos. Videos for you as a teacher, so you can easily set up your own account, and then also videos for the students to watch so they know what to expect when it comes time for them to practice. Extramath gives you a checklist like this to let you know what your students are being practicing for. They are going to assign the students different programs based on their age level, because my children are all different age levels. I have Elena in 2nd grade practicing addition and subtraction, and Malia in 5th grade. So she will practice addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Now Lincoln, my 3rd grader, is is learning multiplication facts. But in his classroom and in his curriculum, they do multiplication and division together. So as they learn the 2s and 3s family multiplication, they also learn the division facts. And the curriculum combines that together. So I can simply click next to his name, that box, and then hit change, and I can add the division program if I wanted to. This is great for a teacher, so you can definitely personalize each student's account according to what you would like them to practice. When a student logs in and she or he needs to enter their PIN number, this is my daughter Katerina. She's going to enter her PIN number to go to her practice time. The practice time lasts about 10 minutes, and when she's done, a new name will pop up, and she'll go tap them on the shoulder, and they'll enter their PIN number and begin their practice. Now, if Katerina has Lincoln show up and he is absent, she can click on that and the new name will pop up, and the extra math program will remove Lincoln's name for that day for practice. If Lincoln is busy, she could click on that and his name will go to the bottom of the list, and then he will be called upon later to do his practice. When the student is practicing, they get these simple math equations that they must answer. On the left-hand side, you'll see with the student's view, 5 minus 4. The student needs to type in, or if they're on a touchpad, they would touch the number for the answer. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see different circles with a smiley face. The third circle is a smiley face because each circle represents 1 second. If the student can answer the question in 3 seconds, then the smiley face will stay and the student will be seen as proficient in that equation. On the right-hand side, you'll see that 2 times 8 was answered as 18. Since this is incorrect, the student must correctly answer the question at 16 and type in the correct numbers in order to move on. This is a great thing that Extra Math does, because then the students can't just type in jumbles of number to get their practice time over. They always must practice correctly. The parents can be involved in the practice. I would recommend printing off these letters at the beginning of the school year to put into the open house packet that you put together for your parents. The parents would get a specific code only to see their student's account and to only follow their students. So the privacy is valued on extramath.org. And then when the students practice at home, they have a variety of ways to practice. The student can practice on the website, which is fine and free, but for $5, a parent can purchase an app through either the Apple Store or the Google Play Store or Amazon. And I think it's wonderful that Extra Math offers it on all the platforms, because we know parents are busy and they could easily hand over a phone or a tablet while they're in the car doing a 10-minute ride to or from somewhere, and the student can get their practice in on the go. And I think this is a great resource. And if your parents balk at the $5 cost, I would just remind them that it would be hard to get the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division flashcards for $5. Not only to mention, none of them will get lost if you have the app. And you can use this app for multiple students, not just for one, which I think is great and just a great added value for that $5. At the end of the practice, Extra Math does the assessment, which I think is really nice for the teachers because we always have one less assignment to grade or review, and the teacher would just get a report showing how the student is doing. The student also gets a simple report at the end of their practice to show their progress. And I think it's important for students to have some kind of goal tracking system, whether it's mentally or if they write it down, so they can say, I answered this one correctly, or I was having a trouble with this equation and I got it. So I think this is a great way for the students to see how they're doing themselves. And it's a great motivator to keep going. Parents can track the progress of their child when they review their child's account, and they can see the progress of both in classroom practice and what they do online. And the teacher can see what they do at home. And the teacher can see both home and classroom practice because it's all under the same account, which gives it a great way for students to have versatility in their practice when and where they practice, but also allows the teachers and the parents to stay on the same page. And parents won't be surprised when they notice grades at the end of 9 weeks or the semester because they have been tracking the progress of their child throughout the school year. Overall, I think extramath.org is an excellent resource for elementary teachers and parents, and I would definitely recommend you looking into it if this fits your classroom. I think that you would definitely see progress in your students as they go forward and try to reach proficiency in their equations from the basic math facts. Thank you.